Surreal to be here today because I can vividly remember being in a similar ballroom 34 years ago at your 5th Honor Your Staff Day when my father was executive director of the Amcham. I do not have a memory of an elephant, but it was very easy. It was hard to forget who the guest performer was, and very easy to track Leah Salonga down in the Amcham file. So that's, that's how long I guess, somehow been involved. And so being here today feels like I'm coming home a little bit and like it's all coming full circle. So it's wonderful and surreal to be here today. I want to just take a moment to recognize all the staff that's here today that makes all our organizations run. You guys are the lifeblood, and today we just recognize you and we say thank you. Maraming salamat. Yeah, we love it. I also want to recognize a very dear Amcham staff who is still here today. EDF recognized her kanina, Miss Divina Combs, who was also one of my father's secretaries back in the day, and has really become like family to us. She's the reason why I'm here today. Divina is still on our Christmas mailing list as well. And when I told my sister that I was going to be speaking here today, she vividly remembered the countless times that Divina and P. Kratz, helped her with her school homework and even typed them up for her. So just, when staff becomes like family, that's rare and that's gold. And it also, I know, speaks very highly of the culture here at Amcham that takes very good care of their people. So, I was asked to speak about my experiences in maintaining harmonious work relationships and sportsmanship. And two things came to mind. My initial thought was just how sports is a revealer. It reveals our character. It reveals a revealer of character. It shapes character, of course, but it also reveals character. And that how you do sports, I've always thought, how you do sports is how you're going to do life. And my second thought was how toxic sports can actually be. It's really, it's no surprise. It's riddled with corruption, from the faking of birth certificates to the taking of sports enhancement drugs to game matching. It's all over. And just as a side note, if you haven't already seen the next Netflix docuseries, FIFA Uncovered or Icarus, I highly recommend you watch it. It really just exposes the extent of corruption at the highest level of sports. And it's sad and it's still shocking, but sports mimics life, mimics sports. And in the end, I know it really just comes down to our values. What's important to us, the principles we choose to live by. I think it's also, as an athlete, it's thinking about what success is for you, how much it means to you, and how much you're going to go to pursue it. One of the important lessons I learned in sports was in 1991 at the Manila Southeast Asian Games. So we hosted the Southeast Asian Games, and the Philippines lost the overall title by 1 gold medal. At these games, I won 2 gold medals and 2 silver medals. Thank you. I didn't need that. But after one of my silver medal swims, I went back to the hotel, and the doorman said to me, "Ma'am, bakit ka nag-second?" And it was really, it was hard for a young girl to be asked that. And I kept thinking, oh my gosh, had I won that gold another gold medal, we would have tied. Had I won 2 more, we would have won the overall title. But it was, it was a very important lesson for me though to learn, because it really got me thinking about why I was swimming, what was important to me, what was success. And I realized that many people have different expectations of you that you're not going to be able to satisfy, and in the end you just have to go out there and do your best, and that's more than enough. So it was painful, but it got me to think, and it just got me to reflect, which was very important. And so values, what's important to you, why you're doing what you're doing. I think it's equally important, of course, to surround ourselves with the right kind of people who share the same values, who care about you, who can be like mirror, keep you on the straight and narrow path, and can speak truth to you when you need to hear it. I know that no one is not susceptible to temptation, so it's just really important that we surround ourselves with people who pull us in the right direction. And I know in the workplace this can be very difficult, because we don't always get to choose the people we work with. And so, but I've always felt that in situations like that kind of is an opportunity for us to just stretch ourselves, to polish the rough edges, and to really find creative ways to work together. I was very blessed to serve at the Philippine Sports Commission for 8 years, and it was a wonderful opportunity to impact, not just swimming, because I was always involved in swimming my whole life, even after competing, but to support other sports, and at the grassroots level and in the elite. We were working with local governments as well as national sports associations. So, we worked with a lot of different people, but it wasn't easy, huh? I mean, just the different personalities, different quirks, and it was challenging. And even on the board level itself, I served 3 chairmen. And your experience there really can be good or bad depending on who the head is. And it was at the PSC where I really had to find my voice and have the courage to speak up when things were going in a really questionable way. So I know it's not always easy. You don't always get to choose the people you work with, but it's, I think, always it's a good opportunity for growth, personal growth in areas in our lives that we need to grow. I really been blessed by my journey in sport. I really had no ambitions of competing at the level I did, and my involvement in swimming has opened so many doors of opportunity. I mean, working in the media, working in government, and I'm still very much to this day involved in sport. I'm on a swim school, but I actually hope it's all right that I take this opportunity to share a little bit about the work that I do in sports. Still, I'm currently the president of the Philippine Olympians Association, which is an association for all Filipino Olympians. Thank you. Of which we have around 400 plus. Living, we're not actually sure, but we are in touch with 100 Olympians thereabouts. And I would like to invite you guys to visit our website. It's also an archive that we created, because previous to this, the POC, the Philippine Olympic Committee, and the PSC, they had no track records of our participation at the Olympics. And so we created this website, this archive, which houses and features all the Filipino Olympians. It's a work in progress because it was very hard to find information for all of our Olympians, the older ones. But we're hoping that as this gets visited and circulated, that it will get into the right hands, and perhaps relatives of Olympians who can help us update the archive. And it's www.philippineolympians.org. We were doing a lot of exciting work in the POA, but I won't get into that right now. But as some of you may know, next year, 2024, is our centennial celebration of our participation in the Olympics. We first competed in 1924 in Paris, sending one athlete. And so next year, we celebrate 100 years. And at the POA, we want to celebrate and do something meaningful at this point. We still don't know what we want to do, but if you guys have any ideas or want to connect us with people who might want to be part of it, well, we would be most grateful. I am also currently the chairperson of Pilipinas Special Olympics, which is an organization that champions inclusion in sports for individuals with intellectual disabilities. So we're not the Para Games, we're not the Paralympics, which is for people with physical disabilities, but Special Olympics. And we work to provide year-round sports training and competition for our athletes. And this summer, in June, we are sending 8 athletes to the World Games in Berlin. I did not seek these positions. We're excited because that COVID was hard for our athletes. They were, we tried to provide them training online, but it's not the same. And so it's just been so nice to be back to face and to be able to provide them with these opportunities to engage in sports. I did not. I did not seek out this position, but my youngest daughter was born with Down syndrome, and it's been a wonderful, beautiful journey. And I always knew that when Sachiko was born, we would be involved in this community at some point or another. And when Special Olympics approached us, it was a no-brainer. I mean, this is a merge of two loves, sports and special needs. So it's been really a joy to be part of it. And if you guys are interested to learn more about the work that we do, please speak to me or my husband afterwards. We'd love to share with you. We have a fundraising event at the end of the month for the World Games, but also for the other programs that we're running. And we're always looking for people to partner with who share the same passion and purpose, because it just makes things easier when you partner with the right people. And I think you'll all agree that, well, at least for me, I'm thankful my daughter was born now and not 20, 40 years ago. There's a lot more that's available to them. There's still a lot more that we need to do in terms of inclusion in the workplace, inclusion in schools, and inclusion in society in general. In the time that I've been involved with Special Olympics, I've come to believe that inclusion is a wonderful tool that we've been given to make for a healthy and a whole humanity, because it really just opens your eyes to so much more, to compassion. And I just feel that it's really expanded my heart, and so it's a wonderful program. I started off this talk by saying sports can be very toxic, but I know that sports in the right hands, with the right values, with the right partners, it's a powerful tool for human development and for social change. And I just feel very privileged to have this platform to be able to do the work that we're doing. And I really just, I marvel at how God uses everything, my swimming to now, what I'm doing right now. It's amazing. But I invite you to join us in the work that we're doing. And I just want to say thank you again for inviting me here today. And God bless you all. Maraming salamat.
Thank you, Ms.